Hey there, my name's Adam. I'm the PPC manager at Trivium Group, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to conduct seasonal keyword research, as well as some of the best ways to identify keywords to target in your campaigns throughout these seasonal periods. So when I say that a keyword is seasonal, what I mean is there's an increase in search volume during a particular period of time in the year. So taking beach chair as an example, we can see that there's a large spike in searches every year during the summertime, and it falls off for the rest of the year. And to find this information, you can use any keyword research tool, but for this video I'm using Helium 10, and I've just searched beach chair in the Amazon search results, and I'm going to pull up X-ray, click here, and now I can select the time period to see how the search volume has varied throughout that time period. So looking at all time, we can clearly see that this is seasonal. And to give you an example of what a trend of search volume might look like for a non-seasonal product, I've done the same thing with desk chair, and we can see that it's a much steadier curve on the graph. So for any kind of big event in the year like Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Mother's and Father's Day, we're going to see a lot of very seasonal keywords relating to products that are sold in these times of the year. And the same thing can be said for more general types of seasonality. So any keywords relating to products for summer or winter items, hot and cold weather, back to school products, or sports products that may be popular during a specific sports season. All of these are going to have a variation in the search volume for the keywords and a similar variation in the sales for the products that are showing on those keywords. So another thing I like to look at when I look at the search volume trend is how event specific a keyword is. So if we take Father's Day gifts, we can see that there is a massive spike during June before Father's Day. However, for the rest of the year, there's almost no searches at all, which indicates that if we were sponsored or ranking on this keyword, we may get a lot of sales during only one period of the year, but not for the rest of the year. But in comparison, if we take gifts for dad, yes, we see the same massive spikes during Christmas and Father's Day, but there's still a steady search volume of a few thousand searches a month for the rest of the year. So this is still a keyword that we could be sponsored on year round, be picking up sales on. And that's the key difference when you're thinking about what your strategy is in your PPC campaigns, which I'll get into later on. So a little note on gift keywords, because some of the examples in this, I'm going to be looking for gift keywords. You have to ask yourself honestly, is your product a giftable product? If people search for a gift keyword in the results and they see your product next to the competition, are they going to purchase it? Is it something that someone would buy for someone else? And if it's not, then it's probably not worth your time trying to target these keywords. But if it is, then this can be a great opportunity to pick up extra sales. So another important thing is to understand who your target customer is. So that way you can find more specific long tail keywords that are relating exactly to your target customer, rather than a very general keyword like Christmas gifts. You could say Christmas gifts for mothers under $20 if your product is under $20, and that way it's like a much more specific keyword that you're going to have a higher conversion rate on. And if possible, the best way to start off your keyword research is by looking at the past performance. So if you've been selling this product for a few years, maybe look at the Search Query Performance Report for previous years, or look at the Targeting tab in Campaign Manager to identify keywords that you have sales previously on in these time periods. But if not, if you have a new product or you haven't really targeted gift keywords before, this video can be helpful because I'll show you ways to identify new keywords. So firstly, I'll show it in Magnet, then go into brand analytics and also reverse engineering competitors with a reverse ASIN search in Cerebro. So one place you can come to get keyword ideas is using Helium 10's Magnet. And how this works is you enter a keyword into the search bar, hit get keywords, and it's going to provide you suggestions for related keywords based on the first keyword you entered. Let's say you could do this for any keyword you wanted. So in a seasonal sense, let's say you had a Halloween product, you can enter Halloween to find ideas for Halloween products. But let's say gifts for, because we have a giftable product and we want to find keywords that we could sponsor our product on. And first of all, it's going to give you some suggestions here, but if you hit get keywords, it's now going to provide you like a huge list of keywords here. And how I would use this is I'm really coming down here, and based on who I know my demographic of customer is, I'm looking at keywords that are matching that. So birthday gift for teacher, is your product something that someone might want to buy for their teacher? Is it something for cat lovers? So taking this keyword, if you have a cat product, it's much better to target a gifting keyword like this rather than something really broad like men's gifts, which people are going to be browsing around a lot. They might click on your product but not want to purchase it, whereas this is much more specific. You'll have a higher chance of showing up higher in the search results and also someone wanting to purchase it. And similar to how I showed before, you can click here to see what the search volume trend is, so you can see how much the search volume is going to spike during a particular period of time. But there are some problems with using this method. So just returning to the slide where I mentioned event-specific keywords, so keywords which have this massive spike during an event and maybe they don't have many searches for the rest of the year. The reason why this is important to understand is because traditional keyword methods, normally you're filtering for an amount of searches, and you don't want to look at any keywords below that amount of searches because you're going to get thousands and thousands of results, and you only want to be seeing things that are actually going to be getting you sales. So they are over 300 searches or 1,000 searches or whatever metric you would normally use for your products. But with seasonal keywords, if you're doing the research in advance, as you should be, so that you can get things set up ready before the big spike in impressions and sales, you're going to have keywords that don't look like they're very good, but actually right in that seasonal period they could be really good keywords. It's just no one is searching them right now. So let's take Christmas gift for woman as an example, and right now it only has around 85 searches a month. But if we're to look at the trend, around Christmas time it actually has thousands of searches, so this could be potentially a great keyword to pick up a few sales on if you have the right product for it. And that's a limitation of things like Magnet and Cerebro, because you need to filter this big list of keywords down to find the best ones. So one way to get around that limitation of the other keyword research tools is to use Amazon's brand analytics, which is available inside Sales Central, and you want to come to the top search terms section. So this essentially allows you to select for any time period that you like, so it has daily, weekly, monthly and quarterly, any year back to 2021 and any month you want. And now what I can say is, rather than looking at what the current search volume is, I want to go back to December 2022 to see what the most search terms were during that period, so that now I can predict for this December which term is going to be worth targeting. So if we do that and hit apply, it's now going to list everything out from December 2022 in order of most searched. So this isn't showing you the search volume, instead it's showing you the search frequency rank. So what this means is Amazon's ranking every single search term from 1 to a couple million, and it's doing that in order of what has the most searches. So we can see in December 2022, the keywords with the most searches were Grinch, gift cards, Christmas movies, etc., etc. But the nice thing about this is you can go here where it says search term and you can enter any kind of root keyword that you want. And similar to a broad match target inside the advertising console, it's going to now show you any search term in the first couple of million that contains that word that you entered in its phrase. So let's say we want to enter the word Christmas. Now it's going to show you every single keyword that has Christmas in it. So this could be a good way to find keywords to target if you have a Christmas product. But let's say again we want to do the same thing where we just enter gifts for, and now it's going to show you every single keyword listed out with gifts for in it. But I would recommend, again, maybe you have an idea of some gift keywords that have already worked for you, and you can now say our product is really great for men over the age of 50. So let's put gifts grandpa, and now it's going to give you a bunch of great ideas for keywords to target this December with those terms in it. And you can kind of go through here and make a manual list, or what you can also do is generate a download, and then you can pull that file and bring it into Excel and create your own list of keywords that you want to target based on what the search frequency rank is. And I recommend playing around with this. Don't just use the word gifts, maybe like presents is also a keyword. And I'm sure there's many more, so you don't want to limit yourself. You want to do a bit of brainstorming and come up with as many good ideas as you can. And then you can kind of take that list and base the campaigns that you want to run around that list that you've built. On top of that, it's also going to show you what the most clicked and most purchased products were for that time period. So if you want a quick kind of idea of what people are buying on that keyword, you can see it next to it. But you can also click on the keyword itself and go straight to the search results and see the kind of things that we're selling on it. So let's find something that's interesting. So presents for grandma. So let's click on presents for grandma. Let's go to the search results page. And now you can kind of look at what some of the products that people are purchasing on that keyword are. When you look at this, you can say, is my product something that will sell compared to these here? But also what you can do is do a reverse ASIN search on these keywords. So for this keyword presents for grandma, you can select some of the products that have the most sales. And once you've got around 10 of them, which is the max, you can hit run Cerebro, or based on whichever tool you have, you can do a reverse ASIN search on some of the products that are ranking on a gift keyword that's related to your product. And once that's pulled in all the information, you'll get a list of keywords that all of those products are ranking for. So maybe we want to use some of these advanced filters and say, let's look for keywords where 3 of those products were ranking between position 1 and position 30, just to get some ideas, and we can hit apply. And now this is going to give you a lot of related keywords. So if these products are selling really well on grandma gifts, then what are some other keywords related to that? So if you think your product could sell on that keyword, it's now going to give you a lot of related suggestions. And this is another great way to find keywords once you have that customer demographic in mind. Another great way to use reverse ASIN tools is, let's say you have a product which has a set of base keywords that you're picking up your sales on. However, you think that you could be picking up sales on seasonal keywords or on gift keywords, but you're not targeting them already. What you can do is, in your current niche, you can perform a reverse ASIN search on all of your top competitors, and then come down to the filters, and you can start entering in phrases containing. So you can say, are any of my competitors sponsored on a keyword with Christmas in it? And now you can hit apply filters. And now you can start to come down and look at any keywords that have Christmas in them. And here you can say, okay, so this product was showing up on grandmother Christmas gifts in organic, in sponsored products, and in sponsored brand video. And now you can say, okay, well, if they're sponsoring that, maybe this is something that I can try sponsoring, because you don't know what their performance would be on that keyword when they're sponsoring it, but you do know that they're sponsoring it. So that's another way that you can use it, is by looking at your own competitors, seeing what they're sponsoring currently in terms of gift keywords, and then see if you can kind of copy them and also pick up sales on some of those same keywords. And this feature here, Show Historical Trend, is only available for, I believe, Helium 10's Diamond plan. So this isn't going to apply to everyone, but the other thing you can do inside Cerebro is go Show Historical Trend. And now for all these products here, it's going to break down the amount of organic and sponsored keywords that they're showing on for every month. But now you can go back to December of last year, you can hit apply, and now all of this data that it's showing is going to be related to Christmas last year. So you can go and see which keywords they were sponsored on for Christmas last year and in which match type. Some more tips I have if you're going to be running PPC campaigns on these keywords are to get started before the peak season. So set these up a couple of weeks before, make sure they're ready and they're getting some impressions, so that once the event starts, everything is ready to go and you'll be able to hopefully pick up some clicks and some sales. And another thing is to separate your general seasonal keywords and your event-specific seasonal keywords into separate campaigns. So let's say you have a keyword that's only going to be picking up sales in and around Valentine's Day. However, you have other gift keywords that you could be running year-round and getting sales on year-round. It's good to segment these, because the keywords that are more general, you can have them running in the background year-round, so that when the event is ready to go, they're already running and they already have that history. However, with the event-specific ones, you want to be careful that you're not having wasted spend and wasted money outside of that peak season, because no one is really going to be purchasing products on these keywords outside of that specific event. And that leads into the next point. So if you have an event like Halloween, people are going to be purchasing products a ton the week leading up and 2 weeks leading up. However, on the day of and the day after, you want to be mindful that people may be still browsing and clicking on products. However, they're unlikely to actually purchase them because the event has passed, or because it's a day before the event and they won't be able to get Prime delivery in time for the event. With this, it's important to consider lowering bids or pausing those campaigns so that you don't have a bunch of wasted ad spend right after the event. And the next tip is understand what your goal is for these campaigns. Is your goal just to get some profitable sales, or is it to actually rank organically and seriously try to compete for the lion's share of the clicks and the sales and the keywords? And based on what your goal is there, your strategy will want to differ. So generally, I would advise people to just worry about profitability and try and use lower bids. You don't even necessarily have to be on page 1 if it's a very popular keyword, because people are going to be browsing, going on to page 2 for gift keywords, for instance. And your goal here is to find keywords that you can get a favorable ACOS on and you can make some profit on. However, if your goal was to try and rank for these keywords, then going for a more aggressive strategy in the lead up to the event may be better. However, that's a little more difficult to do, and that's only really if you have a product that's really perfectly tailored for the keywords that you're trying to target, rather than something that is giftable, but maybe it's not a perfectly optimized product for those gift keywords. And some more tips are to optimize your listing. So after you have a list of keywords that you want to target, consider including some of these inside your backend search terms, or even on your listing. Maybe add a bullet talking about how the item is giftable in the Christmas season. Also, to update your listing images. So during Valentine's Day, you can make some adjustments to your images to make it look more appealing to Valentine's Day customers, or do the same thing around Christmas, make some of your listing images look festive, and that can help your conversion rate or your click-through rate if you make changes to the main image. And also, if you're running sponsored brand ads, consider using tailor-made images or videos and headlines to reflect the keywords you're targeting. And once again, that's going to help you convert and have a higher click-through rate on these keywords. So thanks for watching, and if you found any of the tips in this video helpful, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this in the future.